Welcome into Farming Simulator 25 with me, the Midlife Simster. Thanks for joining me here again at Riverbend Springs, episode number 3. We are still in September. Bit of a change of plan, real life change of plan. I was going to leave a bit of time between this episode 2 and episode 3. But unfortunately, I'm not going to... I've got to record this today because I'm going to struggle to record tomorrow. So it is now the 2nd of January. So yeah, a little bit back to back. So if you do comment, I will respond and we can have a chat. But chances are I'll have already recorded what you may be commenting about. So apologies on that. It's just one of the things of, you know, trying to record and have a family and sort of that life balance. I one time was 0.5 because I was looking at some stuff and having to think about things. So let's knock that back forward and sort that out. Right, cool. I really want that field that we talked about in episode 2 with the red beets. However, we can't afford it, and we could go and do some contracts. I mean, there's not masses at the moment. That would take us ages. It would take us most of the day to do that, and then we're going to run out of time on our own fields. And then these two aren't going to give us enough money to make a dent. So my plan is I'm going to take the tractor down to town. We're going to go and... So what did I just trip over then? Is it that? Look how uneven that is. Way. How have I not noticed that before? It's like our house is about to start sliding into the pond. Yeah, so we'll take the we're going to take the tractor down to Axel. I don't know whether I felt bad in the last episode because I called him Axel and the cronies. The staff there are lovely. They're really, really helpful and really, really nice. So, and it's not them that arguably did me a bit wrong. It was Axel. But I kind of also think I did myself wrong. So, yeah, I don't know. Do I feel bad, or is it witty and just a little bit of bants to call him Axel and the cronies behind? I mean, you know, I would never say to his face. It's, you know, I'm not horrible. Anyway, Axel and the gang. There's a traffic sign there, mate. The steering, I still can't get used to it. Right, so focus. We're not going to go left here like I have done previously and got myself lost and come back past our own farm. We are going to go and lease the appropriate equipment for us to be able to harvest our field. With that, we will then see if there's an opportunity to harvest anyone else's field, and if by the end of the day we're in a position that we might be able to buy that field, then happy days. You know, great times. The risk is that the person who owns it, and I don't even know who owns it still, the person who owns it may harvest it before we get the chance, and I'm buying an empty field, so we are going to have to get a wriggle on. So that's the rough plan for this episode. We'll focus on harvesting that, seeing what we get out of it. I don't know when we get to the shop I'll have a little look, but when the best time to sell the carrots are going to be. The issue is we haven't got anywhere to hold them at the moment. So I kind of, unless it's horrifically bad and we'd be better investing in a silo somehow, I kind of feel like we may have to sell them now. This is a pretty straight road. We shouldn't really check our phones when we're driving, should we? Don't tell Farmer Cop. Right. Where are we? Carrots. That's not terrible. Oh, that's not terrible at all. Okay. Okay, we can live with that. We're going to sell them today and see what sort of... I have no idea what the yield's going to be like. It's not the greatest field, is it? So... it may be a little bit ugly. Breaking character, a few things. For those of you that have subscribed recently in the last couple of days, thank you. Welcome in. You honestly, you don't appreciate how much I appreciate you guys. It makes my day. It really does. And to think that not long ago, I was, you know, there was basically just a couple of us on this channel, and I remember the first the people I interacted with, it was Nonny and Johnny, I don't know if they watch the farming sim stuff, but when I was doing my SnowRunner episodes, they were the first people who subscribed and kind of interacted with me. Really grateful. And here we are, and we are a few people. We're a handful. I think we're 6 away from 100 subscribers. Now, I know it isn't much, you know, and there's people out there with, you know, millions and hundreds of thousands and even just thousands. But we all start somewhere, don't we? I honestly, I'm so grateful. So thank you. If you are new here and you're still listening at this point, then please do consider giving this video a like and subscribe. If you've watched anything else and it's led you to this point, then hopefully you'll feel that it's worth it. Right, that's out of the way. Let me get back into character and go and have a little chat with our friendly Del boy, Axel, and his staff at the tractor centre. So give me a sec. Okay, yeah, Axel's there, good spirits. A little wry smile on his face when he saw me walking in, but no issues today. Straight up, just buck price, no haggling, no messing about. Got ourselves our vegetable harvester, which is, if I show you online, where are we here? So when we talked about it before, so the DeWolf here, GBC, if we were buying it, it would cost us 101,000. This will do carrots, red beet and parsnips. So it's got a very small tank on it. So we're going to have to be back and forth in to come and collect the carrots out of there. But at least we can do this without too much hassle. We could do it on our own. Just got to jump between the vehicles. And then we can go and sell our produce and see where we're at with everything. And then, I mean, if we're close and the field's still available, maybe then we could sneak a contract in and risk it for a biscuit. And if they still hasn't harvested that field, then maybe, just maybe, we can do that. I mean, the problem with that tactic, of course, is that it doesn't bring us back any money now. Whereas the tree harvesting and the greenhouses would. Steady on, mate. I mean, you could have carried on then. There was no issues with that overtake. What's the matter with you? Yeah, like, I'd like to get a greenhouse. That's it. Just makes perfect sense for what we're trying to do here. And in real world, you know, it's an easy way to start out, isn't it? Just bringing in a little bit of money. It's not going to be earth-shattering. I mean, you know, if we ended up having 5 or 6 of the things running 24/7, 365, then yeah, we're going to be making an awful lot of money because they do bring in a fair wallop of cash. But that's not what we're doing at the moment. I just don't want it to be too much like, you know, our previous series. So no, I haven't got time for coffee. Come on, let's get on with it. Let's get on with it. Which reminds me, actually, it looks sunny on the moment. Let's have a look. Bit cloudy then, mid-morning, back to sunshine. Yeah, we're laughing all day, yeah. So excellent stuff. We're close enough to home now that there's no point cutting you guys out just to bring you back in, so I'll keep you with me whilst we do this. Sorry, but I was kind of drifting across the lanes there. But our little water feature, it's a lot bigger than I realised. Yeah, now what I shouldn't have done was this. I should not have brought this past the house. That is a bad habit. That bump is brutal. We're going to have to try and soften that out, aren't we? Yeah, I should bring, if it's farming machinery, that should be specifically coming down this path that's behind us. Right, okay, so let's unfold this. Oh, hang on a minute now. We haven't got any thins on here, have we? We've just got regular tyres. Whoa, how many... What's wrong with this thing? Is that me or has it gone crazy? wants 13 headlands. I mean, I know it's only like a less than a metre working with, but blimey, Charlie, we'll be here till Christmas. Oh dear, I may have bitten off more than I can chew here. Seriously, we could spend hours doing this. Alright, well, first off, let's just see if it's going to damage the crop. I don't know. Doesn't look like it is. Which is stranger than I thought it would have. And why has it chosen that line? What is going on with this field? Bizarre. Right, okay. Sketchy start. And there you go. I'm not even on the right line now, am I? Because we've missed a row. Boy, oh boy, oh boy. Yeah, this is... I underestimated how long this was going to take. And this is the problem when you used to work in an office and you think you can start farming and you don't think of the little like intricacies. You just see a bit of equipment and you go, yeah, that'll work. I bet Axel, because I told him about this field, I bet Axel is laughing his socks off in his shop right now at the idea of me going up and down here 1 billion times with my 0.8 of a metre width harvester. Right, so one row is 46% of our, sorry next door, 46% of our capacity. Why is that not registering now? The GPS is going to really struggle with this, isn't it? You need to be on... There it is. There it is. No, that's still not it. There it is. There's the outer line. Holy moly. Well, I hate to say it, but I think we're going to have to pay a worker, and we're just going to have to drive next to them as and when we can. Because, I mean, this is insane. This is going to take us... Just... Oh, I'm going to have to run that traffic sign over. Sorry. Sorry, everyone. Narrow bridge. I'm sure you understand it's a narrow bridge and can see that it's a narrow bridge. Yeah, come on, come on. Find me. There we go. Right there, roughly. Where's... No, I mean, it's so far out that it won't even register. Oh my word. We have definitely bitten off more than we can chew here. What am I doing wrong? Well, that's not going to be the outside line, but it's better than nothing. We'll just have to realign for that one later. Ay, ay, ay. Come on, give me some GPS. There you go. Drop that back down. Alright guys, I'm not sure if I've done much in the way of speed cuts for you with a bit of music, but let's see how we get on. I'm just going to bring you guys back in for this. I've got no idea how to unload this thing, so... Bold top lifting half, so we're doing that. So move the bunker up. Turn on top lifting harvester. Turn lower top lifting harvester. Right, let's just leave it there a second before I go and press any buttons and make a massive mistake. And I will go and get our... Whoops. I would go and get our Merlot. And hopefully a trailer that fits underneath it. And if the trailer doesn't fit, that'll just be the absolute cherry on the cake for us, really, wouldn't it? Because, I mean, what a just utter disaster this would be for the novice farmer. I'm convinced that wasn't there before. Right, where are we? Merlot. Not going to be able to fit through that little gap, but probably should be able to run around the edge of you. Let's just bring the fork in. Really glad I kept this now on the oops, CD. Oh no. There we go. Press the wrong button. Cool. Yeah, really glad I kept this now on the list. I know it's a lot of money every month, but we need a second vehicle, and until we can afford one, this is just going to have to be the way. And I tell you what I need to do is take off the all-wheel steering. Yeah, and until we can afford one, this is going to be the fix. We're not going to fit under there, are we? Oh, I don't know, actually. It's going to be real close. Oh, my word. Just... Yes. Look at that. Wow. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, okay. So... What happens if I turn on top lifting harvester? Right, unfold pipe first. Yeah, but what pipe? There's no option to unfold the pipe. So what if I just... My fear is I'm going to press unload here and they're just going to fall over the floor. Oh, look at that. We can move it. At an angle. Oh, interesting. Okay. Still doesn't really massively help us, but... Oh! There it is! Oh! I did wonder why it wasn't automatic, and I just wasn't in the right place. Yes! Cool! Right, how do I reset you? You reset there, and now I have to move the Merlot a little bit so that we're not, you don't clip us as you put you away. Right, leave the Merlot there. Beautiful. Well, we got a, you know, we've got it working. This is going to take a long time, but at least we can see that it works. I've turned my engine off, so I've lost my GPS now, haven't I? Come on. Give me some grids. Oh, what's going on here now? Hang on. Come on, novice. We're just going to have to eyeball this, are we? Surely not. Right, let me lift that up. And then, if I can just edge onto the field, it should then... There we go. And that should be good for the outer edge. Not really. Oh well. I can live with it. We'll come back around. Right. Catch up with you shortly. There's nothing for it. We've basically, I don't know how much more this trailer is going to take, but this is, I mean, I don't even know how long this has taken at this point. We're going to be here till tomorrow. This is incredible. I've set the worker off. Why are they farming that way? Oh, they're picking up the stragglers. Whatever. Fine. We'll just leave them do it for a minute. At least there's some productivity happening whilst we're taking these to the best price. So at the moment, farmers market is our best. The river solo's 220 quid per 1,000 litres lower, so we'll try and get the best price we can. It ain't the worst, and we haven't been to the farmers market before, so guessing it's over there, isn't it? Yeah. So let's get it going. Don't like our forks in that position for transporting. It should be a little safer. Happy days. Right, let's get over there and see how much money we can make. Okay. Cool place. Let's drop these off, see what we get. Like I say, it's not the best price at the moment. It would go up another 50 quid, but we haven't got anywhere to store them, so we've just got to get on with this and let them go. So 24,000 litres of carrots into their silo. £10,000. That's pretty cool. I'm pretty happy with that. I'd like to think that this field should give us at least 40,000 if we're lucky. Oh my, I'm literally the only farmer that seems to be providing stock to them. They've got all my carrots, but absolutely nothing else. This town is very strange, isn't it? Bizarre. Yeah, I'd like to think we could get 40,000 off this field as a really. I hope we do anyway, because it has been painful. Yeah, I can't quite get over how awful. I tell you what, it has made me realise, and has made the decision for me, is we will not be buying that field, because I'm not doing the beet harvesting with this harvester. No way. Absolutely not. Ridiculous. Like impossible. So I got confused here, and I thought, let's go back onto the online shop and I'll show you quickly. I thought we were picking this one, which has got a 6 meter working width. In my mind, that's what we were using. This, I mean, it is just diabolical, isn't it? I can't believe I missed it, really, but and yeah, okay, I'd love to use one of these guys or this one. Ideally this one. This is a great machine, but 569,000. So, you know, it's going to cost us 30,000 to rent it, plus then 12,000 per hour. So basically, our field just to justify the rent on it. So I mean, we would end up having to, like, to justify that. Also, I found out there's contracts available online. So here we go. Where are we? Let's find some carrots, red beet, parsnips, green beans. I mean, don't get me wrong, that thing does do a few different things, but actually, let me think about that. Does it even do... Yeah, that header will do all 4. For a minute there, I thought it had a different header. I could have sworn it did. Bizarre. Yeah, sorry, it's the potato. That's what it is. The potato needs its own special header. Yeah, so I mean, you know, you'd have to look at like getting a contract then for any one of the others. So we'd have to do this contract, pull up all the parsnips out of 22, which is a big old field. That would take an eternity as well. 89 down there, the parsnips. We get another 7,000 for that. You know, we're like, and even then, what are we getting? Like 13, 14, 15,000? It just isn't worth it, is it? So no, we can't justify hiring the big machinery right now, and we can't. We're not even going to attempt to harvest. Go away, another field with a cheeky car. We're not going to even attempt to try and harvest another field with this thing because it'll drive me insane. So, I'll probably just see you when the job's done, guys. Because yeah, we're going to be a long time. Right, I can only assume that all children have played Farming Simulator, because I now understand why they all hate their vegetables. This has been abysmal, absolutely abysmal for morale. It's taken me ages. I was giving it all big licks at the start of this episode of, you know, oh, I'm really sorry, guys. I had to, you know, record back to back. I haven't been able to check your comments. Back to back. This has taken me days. I honestly, I can see now probably why I never did vegetables, or I don't recall doing vegetables in 22, because this bit of equipment is a monstrosity. And I've done, I reckon, 95% of this myself. The only time I've put it on a worker is where I've been going down to drop all this off to the pay point. Yeah, it's just... You watch it, you know what's going to happen, don't you? It's gonna... it's gonna have the final say in it all, because it's gonna get me to like 100% with like 3 carrots left to collect, just to make my life even more miserable. Go on, I dare you. Wow, I take it back, but I still hate you, and I'm never using you ever again, ever. Awful machine. Yikes. I tell you what, it has helped though. It's made the decision for us. The beets field can go away, because we're not going anywhere near that with this thing. Awful. Oh, dear. Anyway, so yeah, this has taken me like hours of real time, just hours and hours and hours of real life time. So there have been points where I've had to reduce the time of the game down to real time, just because I was worried. I was like, I'm gonna just run out of time in a day. It is now, well, this recording will be finished on the 4th of January, so if I can get the editing done today, it might go out today, but probably on the 5th. So it's several days behind. Honestly, I've had it running, like, you know, I've been sat doing editing and other things and just sort of trying to get it done in the background. It's been a nightmare. And it's not even that valuable a crop. Now, another thing, and I don't really understand, obviously it's so if we have a look at the dice file, right, it's nailed us for fuel, but in terms of actual damage to the engine and the machine itself, very little. Maybe, what's that, I don't know, maybe a 6th, is it, thereabouts? 5.3 hours of use, right? If we look at the Merlot, only 1.9 hours of use, but almost half of the engine is dead. Now, clearly, it's not powerful enough to be pulling this trailer, and you'll see that. And like, I think I'm sure I recorded the first delivery that we did. But you can see from this, like, it really struggles going up the hills. I've never really appreciated the impact underpower engines, like, or the impact overworking an underpowered engine can have. So I'm really glad that we've got this on loan, because as much as I love it, it's going to have to go back, you know, within, you know, no time at all. If we need to do any sort of serious work going forward, this thing is going to cost me money to repair it, which I'm not willing to spend. So yeah, yeah, madness. It almost feels like a new episode for me, because obviously, like I say, it's been so many days. A few bits of in-house stuff before we get back into character. Hopefully the microphone is maybe a little better again. It might be a touch too loud. If it is, I apologize. It's so hard to get right pre-editing. I'm not skilled enough, or I don't have enough of an understanding of it, and there it is. There's the field. You can go away. Never. Maybe, but not yet. Certainly not yet. Yeah, I'm not skilled enough. I have enough of an understanding of it all to be able to really set it properly. I think this is pretty okay. I know in one of the episodes, and again, apologies if I talked about this already in this episode, but I know the sound quality was abysmal because of the I'd used on CapCut the voice enhancer. So I was like, oh, that does make it sound better. And most of the time it does, but for some reason it was causing like massive feedback, and I didn't pick up on it because I can't listen to 45 minutes of video like whilst editing, apply a filter, and then re-listen to the 45 minutes. It isn't feasible for me. I've got to trust that it's doing its job, just check the levels and that it looks okay, and I'll dip sample it. But when you're talking about 3 or 4 seconds, maybe 4 or 5 times in a 45-minute production, yeah, it's really hard to kind of pick that out. I've come the wrong way. I wanted to come up the field again. So I don't like taking this turn on the right by here. I wanted to come up that path over there, and that's what I've been doing. But again, because I'm talking, I'm not paying enough attention, am I? So hopefully the microphone is decent. I've basically removed everything, so this is as close as you're going to get to my real voice as I can offer you. So it's a bit whiny, and I hate my own voice, but who doesn't hate their own voice unless you're sort of Darth Vader or Barry White or something. So why are you just stood there watching us, dude? I suppose I'd probably do the same as well. Side note, I am, well, you might be able to tell, and ironically talking about the effects and impacts of a microphone and sound settings, I woke up this morning, I am proper full up, so I've got a horrible like tickle in my throat, and I'm a bit phlegmy without wanting to make people kind of turn off in pure disgust. So I will do my very, very best to minimize anything. I'm trying my very best to make sure you don't have to hear me doing anything disgusting, but you may hear me swallowing a bit just because I can't help it, and I am trying my best. But yeah, it's grim. So a few other things to mention, and I've got I say shout outs, but they're certainly like shout outs, mentions, and sort of thanks. A bunch of you have started sort of engaging and talking in the comments, and I've been able to have a little chat with you, some of you. Thank you. It honestly is wicked. I love it. It's brilliant. And yeah, just some feedback, some thoughts on, you know, what you think we should do, or just, you know, like I say, the sound settings and things like that, and just general chit chat. I can't. I'm so grateful, because it's probably such a small thing. It's a couple of seconds of your life to make a comment and press the like button. But for me, that spends hours and hours trying to, you know, get this recorded and then get it edited and then uploading it all and switching it from, you know, the external drive onto my Mac, because my Mac is rubbish and hasn't got much space on it, and doing all these things and managing all that, and then balancing that and the sort of family life as well, and you know, a lot of effort goes into this. So PSA 101, thank you. Dense Jeremy, Nathan Grams, all of you guys for having a chat. And now, I got to try and get this right. I'm assuming it's either Jace or JC. So I'm going to say Jace Snugs, I guess. But dude, I'm sorry. Apologies if I've got that wrong. My new dishes friend. Someone who watches Farming Simulator, just like the Midlife Simster, whilst doing the dishes with a phone on the windowsill. Yeah, brilliant. Love it. Thank you for taking the time and engaging. You don't realise the difference it makes to me. Honestly, thank you. We also have 111 subscribers. So in the time that I've been trying to harvest these carrots, our channel has grown massively again, so thank you. If you are here and you're new, welcome. Please consider giving it a like and subscribe if this is something that you think you're enjoying. It helps me understand what's working. It helps me see where to go in the future with the channel and things like that. So thank you for taking the time to be in here. And if you can spare me a like and a subscribe, then as you can see, I'm very grateful and very humbled by it all. So, at last, let's have a little look-see here. What am I looking for? Let's have a look at our statistics, right? So, no, I want finances, not statistics, idiot. So we got a lot on our vehicle costs. We've got to get rid of that stupid harvester. So we've basically made 48,000 or 47,000 from the carrots, which is great. So that gives us the 88 in the bank there. So if I let's jump back into this quickly, actually. So we go to our hours. There it is. Be gone. Even if there was a contract that offered me like £100,000 right now, I wouldn't do it. Go away. Be gone. Goodbye. Forever. Awful machine. I could sell the car and the trailer to give us a bit more money. Because am I really going to use them now that we've got a tractor and a trailer? I don't think I am. The only thing is I like the trailer for getting around and taking other kit elsewhere. So, I don't know. I just, if we're looking for money, that would definitely be an option for us. A few of you have said and talked about basically continue to expand the farm. That's definitely the plan. The problem is the topography around here is grim. Obviously, we can kind of get rid of all this brush, turn it into just a better texture. That'll remove a lot of the ups and downs. But the overall up and down is still quite kind of bumpy and lumpy. And I don't know if that'll come through properly on the game. But yeah, it's not kind to us, this area. So to level it out would be quite difficult. So I'm not sure what's best for that. In my mind, what I'd like to do is get rid of all of this and put a big chicken pen in, because they're quite small. It then wouldn't be too kind of affected by the land, and that is a revenue stream for us. I think it was one of the guys I gave the shout out to as well that just said basically, essentially, or what I took from it was just get on and put some productions in greenhouses, and it doesn't really matter that it's the sort of same approach as Sutan Pantai, because we need to make money. And how do you make money in this game, early game? Well, you use productions, use greenhouses, and we've got 88,000 now to play with and not much else to do with it. So we can't really do much with this area here. Maybe a little bit of kind of workspace in the future. It certainly kind of lends itself to a garage of some sort, then like a single bay garage. So our own little workshop to do kind of repairs and kind of changes to the vehicles. I think that is what I'd like to do with it. But I've been thinking whilst going up and down for what felt like about 150 times. I think long-term plan, right? Long-term. There's a lot of grass fields around here. If we can expand into this one, which then gives us all of this space, and make both of these a grass field, that will give us several kind of turnovers a year in terms of harvesting. We're not far off being able to buy that field as well, so that's an option. And then there's a lot of trees in there we can cut back and make some money off that, ideally with the chipper again, because the type of tree that's in there is going to be minging. I have, since this game came out, and I read a comment ages ago on, I don't know, probably a Daggerwind series, about doing poplar. I've never done it, but you put your grass field in first, and then you basically, you get your mower settings. Where are we? So you would take like a front mower, which would probably be that one for us. 3.6 on the class, 3.1. I mean, you could use a rear, right? But then you're messing around too much. It's much easier to do it at the front. So let's say 3.6. So that would be the max at the moment. So even, yeah, fine. So you could say, I don't know, to be safe, right? Let's say 4.6. Let's give it an extra meter. So you would set your planter to do runs basically of 4.6 meter gaps. So you would harvest the grass in between the poplar, and then harvest the poplar when it comes into season and it's time to harvest. So you're still using the grass in the field, but you've also got a crop in it. And I don't know, I'm quite interested in that. So I think I might give that a go. And you know, if it's rubbish and you know it's the first year or two it just doesn't work out, it doesn't work out. What we do need to do now though is sort this field out realistically. We will set the time back forward again, speed it up a little bit. There's not much in it, but it does make a little bit of a difference. Actually, I prefer ×5. We haven't really got much to do. So, any contracts of interest to us that wouldn't make me want to punch myself in the face? That's much too big of a contract. Deadwood, we haven't got the chipper, so I don't want to go into that. Nothing to do with the trees. Fertilizing is great, but you got to buy the stuff, so we haven't really got that much expendable sort of income sat around to just waste on that, and we haven't really got a use for it yet. When we buy the fertilizer to fertilize this field, that might be different. Harvesting, no, absolutely not. Hoeing, again, massive field, so don't want to do that because we're not using workers. Nah, I think for now we'll leave it. We've got 88 grand in the bank, so right, let's take this, nip back down to the shops. Yeah, I can go this way, can't I? We need to, I'm driving off without actually checking, but I'm pretty sure we need to plow this. Yeah, gonna need to plow it. Gonna need to fertilize it. Gonna need to lime. So it's the whole shebonka. So realistically, can we still? Sorry, guys. Where's grass? So we could still plant grass. So I reckon we get to work sharpish and we plow. Let's get this field done. Let's get some grass in it because we don't have a harvester or anything like that to go and harvest the crop with. So as much as I'd love to put, you know, nice easy like crop like wheat in or something like that just to get us started, we haven't got the harvester. So until we've got some better equipment and a better kind of foothold on the farm, we can't really look at that. It would allow us to then consider going down the route of maybe a different animal like goat or sheep. Something quite nice and simple because all we're doing is feeding them grass and we'll have loads of it. So let me know what you think about the poplar plan. I want to do it. I'm probably going to do it because I've been thinking about doing it for ages. I didn't do it on HP for whatever reasons, and I think it's time. I think, you know, there's not much else for us to do here. The only problem is I've got to stop jumping between the screens, haven't I? Oh, you son of a gun. We missed it by a month. Man. When was that? March. Ugh. Right, well, nonetheless, let's get some grass in. And then we are going to... We're just going to get to work at clearing out some of that space for whether it's... The problem is if we get chickens now, we haven't got anything to feed them with because we don't have wheat, barley, sorghum, etc., etc., and I don't want to be spending on food for them. So we may look to stick an animal like the sheep or goats in there. The problem is then your pens, we could just buy the simple pen, couldn't we, and then in time bin it off. Come on, the train's gone. Come on, aggressive British driver. Big tractor. Oh, okay, you win. Yeah, I think we definitely want to do something at the front of that farm, don't we, that leads towards the water. If we can get the grass in, start clearing that out, and then in the winter months, then we can sell all the wood and the lumber, try and make a bit of profit, maybe expand the farm then into that second grass field, and that's then, come March, we can turn my popular experiment, make that a reality. Hopefully by then we'll have some animals, and we'll see where we go. So right, everything is going to be leased now for this next section, because we don't want to. Well, I suppose we could buy the fertilizer stuff. I don't know. Let me go and have a word with the main man. See what offers we can work out. I'll come back to you shortly. Okie dokie. Spent a bit of money. Basically leased everything, because we've only got the one field, so we haven't got a massive need for this stuff yet. Not going to use it for any of the contract in the local area. Will use their equipment for that if there's any contracts for us. So got this one, which is the Osdoken Bolton 945. This is basically a subsoiler, or comes under that anyway. However, it will give us a ploughed state. So yeah, nice bit of kit. I haven't used it before. So 4.1 meters of width. So see how that works out for us. 175 horsepower requirement, so those of us should be fine with that. Front weight, I've bought this. It can be adapted, so it can become a 1.5 ton. Start off with a 900 just to balance things out. We got the fertilizer and lime spreader. This basically, because we're leasing it, we don't have any options. So normally, you wouldn't necessarily have the transport wheels and covers, but this was the one they've got in stock, so this is the one we're going to have to roll with. Few pallets of lime as well. It does have a trailer hitch on it, so I'm hoping. The thing is, no, I remember now, the trailer for the car is on a ball, isn't it? It's not on a pin, so that's no good to us. So we may have to kind of come back and forth to pick up more lime and fertilizer as we need it. So yeah, it is what it is. But anyway, let's get these hooked up and get back to the farm. Okay, so here we are. Back at the dreaded character field. I had a little bit of a detour. I thought, well, I've never really been down that end of town. Very quickly realised it was going to be a dead end and basically taking us out of town. So quick spin around, but I had a little look around. There's so many random buildings around here. Just like kind of just so many things that look abandoned. I don't know. I don't get it. Right. Do we really need 3 headlands? Ah, go on. Why not? Right. We should really. I'd like to start on the 3rd headland. That's what I've been told. Huh. Right. So come on. Turn, turn, turn. There you go. It ain't gonna be pretty, but now it should. There we go. See, get rid of our ploughed state. So nice. So yeah, let me know what you think of the plan. Shame that we can't do the poplar, but if we can at least get the grass field in. I mean, we've still got over 80,000 here, and we're going to need a little bit more, spend a bit of money for the fertilizer. That ain't cheap. But we can certainly then start looking around for some more, like, if we can have a look at some grass fields. I know there's some nearby. Kind of, if we turn out the farm, turn right, there seems to be a bunch of grass fields down that way. I need to go and have a word with some of the guys and girls in the cafes and kind of local businesses, really. Like, try and work out who owns this land around here. Because I'm not convinced. Why is that not so deformed like that? What's that about? Does that need a new ploughed stake? That's a bit strange. Like a proper plough? Interesting. Yeah, could do with that. Really just gonna have a bit of a chat with everyone. See what, sort of suss it out. See if we can't make some offers on a bit of that land. I mean, that's a great field. I love that field. It's massive. Absolutely massive plot of land. And we're not far off being able to own that. You know, sort of 2/3 of the way there. So I'm hoping a bit of hard work now over the winter months with the trees kind of clearing our own land. If we could maybe sneak harvest out of this field, we can hire the relative sort of mowing equipment and things. That'd be good. Try and make some, even if it's, well, the wrong sort of year to make hay. So, you know, when they, as they say, was it, they make hay while the sun shines. Yeah, I mean, again, then though, we're just hiring more equipment. If we were going to make some, if we were going to silage, like do some silage and do some bale wrapping, but we've definitely got some options, haven't we? We got some things we can kind of consider and get done over these winter months. But priority is definitely getting this field ready, and then we can then get this grass in, and then we can start focusing on. I'm gonna have to come back on that tiny little bit, aren't I? The once the grass seed is in, we'll start focusing on clearing that area up by the farm. And maybe, just maybe, we might be able to sneak an animal in. You know, lots of plans, no money, so always the way in there. I mean, maybe you guys are right. Maybe we just play it simple initially and put a greenhouse in. Let's make some money. I just had a notification come through of my email, right? And I'm convinced that I have done all my settings correct, and I shouldn't be getting laptop. Sorry, I'm breaking character. I shouldn't be getting sort of desktop notifications when recording. And one popped up recently in an episode, and I cannot figure out what I've not set correctly that's causing them to still come through. Because everything I can see is as it should be, and I've never had that problem before. I very early doors in my YouTube creation career figured out that what to do to get rid of those, because it's not particularly hard. Again, there's a YouTube video for everything, isn't there? And yeah, and on one of the episodes recently, must have been the one with the audio issues, I'm sure there was an email ping. So if that came through, really sorry. If it didn't, I've just been wittering on for 2 minutes about absolutely nothing. So right, 5 to 5 of an evening, sun is setting, so tractor lights are on. We've got no dramas pulling this, it's got plenty of power, so happy days. Look at that, beautiful. BEA, beautiful. I didn't have this view in the office, I can tell you that for nothing. Bringing you guys back in, I just realised how long this episode might end up being, so we're going to have to call it a day there. Look, if you're still here and you're watching then, and you haven't already done so, please do give this video a like and a subscribe. And until next time, be happy, stay safe, and we'll speak again soon. Take care.